Hello folks, and welcome to our very first Let's Play organised by our very own Drogonhex. I'm System32 Error, your host for this particular playthrough, and I'll be introducing you to our second server, known globally as S2, and we'll be playing through the game's gyms in Elite 4 using a Nuzlocke rule set. So the rules that we're going to be using are I can catch whatever I like, no duplicates if the IBs are bad unfortunately. Once something fits, that's it. Game over for that particular Pokemon, we'll then go to release it. We're not going to be using any convenience commands like the /PC, /pokeheal, things like that. We're going to be using legit PCs and healers only. All healing items are fine, so expect to see lots of potion spam, I imagine. And all legends we encounter will be donated to our Wonder Trade ready for you players. I'll see you in game. So, welcome to Unlinked. As you can see, we have a shiny new hub. We've only had this particular version for a couple of months. Depending upon which server you want to play, you may need various versions of Pixelmon. So we have the older versions, which would be server 3 and 4. We have the slightly more up-to-date versions. It was the last canon development before Nintendo officially gave the warning for them to close it. That would be server 1, 2 and 5. And we have our new server, which is server 6, which is playing Pixelmon Reforged and is being developed by a different set of people. So in particular, we are going to be recording specifically on our S2, and let's get straight into game. Okay, so it's been a long while since I've seen this screen admittedly, but I'm not going to be picking my own starter. I'm going to close my eyes, my hand is officially over my eyes at the moment, and I'm just going to wiggle the mouse all over the screen and pick this. That wasn't the Pokemon, let's try that again. Oh, I heard a click. Oh, we start with a female Mudkip. Cool. Okay. I suppose its final evolution will be tanky. But anyway, you are going to start directly in the rules room, so I suggest you take a good 5 minutes, step on each of these pressure pads in particular, read through the rules, get acquainted with how the server works, and then you should find yourself well and truly acquainted with how we play Unlinked. As you can see, there's a new guy who's just joined me. So because we're starting with a water starter, we do actually have access to a grinder for the early levels, so it shouldn't be too, particularly difficult to at least get some levels to start with. This is the spawn building. So we'll just take a quick look inside, and lordy, I'm not used to how slow I'm moving at the moment. Okay, so as agreed before, we're going to be using these particular healers, at least until we get our own to actually, heal our Pokemon and whatnot. But yeah, whenever you die, whenever you do /spawn, you will come back to this particular building. Again, please do not have your Pokemon out spawn, as they cause problems for other players trying to get past you. And at the back here, oh dearie me, I feel so sluggish. We have our shop. So we have all the fossils, some fancy held item doodads, Pokeballs if you're absolutely desperate. You can buy them with the in-game currency, which you can find out by typing /BAL or BAL. But yeah, nice little starting area for us. Now that I've shown you around the spawn building, let's actually get leveling up and play the game. Okay, so I think this would be a really great time for me to show you one of the features that our starters have access to, which is /kits. And you can see I'm just a newbie starter, I've only just joined, no playtime. If I click this, I will get an inventory full of, again, more fancy doodads that'll make our initial start that much more easier. But we do only start with 16 Pokeballs, so we'll need to be the best there ever was. I don't much fancy my chances against level 7s. We're not going into the gym hub yet, so I think the best thing for me to do would be to show you the grinder. So we're going to be doing warp, grinder. Ta-da! Takes you to an underground area with handy warp pads back to our spawn building. That's the more advanced stuff. I'll introduce you to the level there. I will introduce you to that particular part later on when I know for a fact that this series isn't going to flop because my mudkip will die straight away. So as you can see, these are the various bits and bats that we can go into combat with. Again, these are more related to the EV training. I just figured I'd show you these. And these particular items you can buy again for the EV training. Come back to it a little bit later on. There is a more global, I guess you could call it, area for training, which is over here. And all the ranks will be, oh, all the levels rather, will be level 5 to 25 as you saw on the sign. We are starting with obviously a water type, which doesn't actually have any water moves. No, that. Oh no, wait, yes it does, it starts with water gun. Okay, that should be fine. Let's start by taking down this Growlithe. Oh no. They're trying to trap me and take me down. Hey. Fight me. See what I mean? Yeah. You know what? You know right where to go. Shoo. This is really dangerous. Come on, spread out, guys. Aha. You're so small, I keep missing you. And why are you all hoarding the machines? Okay, right, so that looks a little bit better. So we're just going to use a water gun. I suppose we could actually take a Growlithe with us now that I think about it. Let's see if we can catch it. Because then we'll have a water type and a fire type and we'll be fairly well off to start with. Come on. Shall we just make a new rule that until I get my first Pokemon and replace the starter I've picked, that won't count? We're not making a very good start here, are we? Okay. Round 2. We'll be getting rid of the Mudkip and replacing it with a Growlithe. If we can actually get it to stay in the Pokeball. Come on. Come on. Fingers crossed. This... You know what, I like you, you're feisty. But you're being a pain in my rear, so come on. I think it's a good idea we replace this Mudkip anyway. I mean, we're not having particularly good luck with it. Can you? Come on. Did that miss? Come on. I'm wasting all my Pokeballs trying to get my first starter. Don't mind me, I'll get there. What I do find with Pixelmon is actually starting off is the hardest thing about it. Once you actually do get into the game a little bit, you find that once you actually start, you can't really stop. I will take you with me. Is my Mudkip on fire? Toasty fishy. There we go. Okay, so now we are going to stick the Mudkip in the... Oh, I forgot, I don't have access to that. I'm that used to using it. We'll stick the Mudkip in the PC, ready to be Wonder Traded off. We'll heal our Pokemon, and then we're going to go up to the grass section and start grinding. I think that'd be the best idea. Okay. Let's take a quick look. Not sure what to think of that particular nature, unfortunately. As you can see, the speed is boost, but the special attack doesn't seem particularly good. And it is a tiny Growlithe. It's the tiniest one that you can actually get, short of breeding for a microscopic one. So I guess we'll have the tiniest Growlithe on the server for now. What moves do you actually have? Roar and bite. Well, I suppose we could roar if we're in danger. But yeah, officially the Nuzlocke starts now. We have our first starter, a female Growlithe. See, I'm really nervous now. We've had that bad of a start. You see, that's just gonna... let's just roar it away. Eee. We may actually have a harder start than I envisioned, so let's come out of the grinder for now. Let's go back to spawn and see if we can try our luck there instead. I can also show you some of the other facilities that we have here as well. So over here, we have 2 battle arenas that are normally in use. Today I've chosen quite a quiet time on S2 to record, just, you know, to avoid any complications, things like that. Over here we have the fossil room and the enchant room. So downstairs there are 2 different facilities. You can obviously enchant over here, and in here, if you have any fossils, you can put them in here. As soon as you go in, the doors will close behind you to stop people from poaching your Pokemon. Then when you finish, you just stand here and the doors will open up again. Now from here, as you can see, you have the Move Relearner and the Move Tutor. This particular building is fantastic for if you're into breeding. It has all the power items that you can hold, ranch blocks, all those good things there. And the incenses as well. TM shop just sells bog standard starter TMs, and over here you may find this a very useful area to visit before you do anything else. You have the rank room and the breeding room. So if you have no idea about anything to do with breeding, trust me, I didn't either before we, began. Run downstairs and it will give you a guide step by step on the various bits and bats that you'll need to actually breed competitive Pokemon here. What you'll find down here is the ranks room. So as I say, everybody starts as a starter. You will rank up normally via in-game currency. As long as you have a certain amount, you should rank up to the next level. And also playtime. So if I use the following command, which is /RU check, it will show you that I've played for 10 minutes and I'm on the member rank. So it will tell me that in order to get to rank silver, I need to play on this server for 5 hours. And with rank silver, there are various bits and bats you get, like Kit Silver, which contains an orb for you to start grinding for legendary Pokemon with. And also the running boots, which I'm sorely missing, I have to admit. Okay, so we have our starter. It's getting dark and we're probably in a good position to find a house. So there are 2 different things you can use. There is a pressure pad all the way over here, and I'll show you where it is. All the way over there. That will teleport you to a random area of the wilderness. Yeah, so we can try use that, or you can use the following command to teleport again to a random area without you having to step on this. So if I step on this, yeah, that happens quite often as well. I'm now in a cave. I don't think there's anything useful in here, so I'll show you out the second command as well. So RTP will take us to a random area. So we're in a taiga. Let's take some random apricorns. Because the idea is, once we actually settle down and have a house, we should be able to have a small apricorn farm and a decent, steady supply of Pokeballs. The sun's coming up. Not a massive fan of this area, seems very cramped, I suppose is the right word. Yeah, and over there's sort of the same thing, so let's RTP again. We're drowning. That's going to happen quite often. Oh, this is a nice area. This is a really, really nice area. Looks like someone's been here before. I wonder if it's claimed. Let's see. One of the most important aspects... yeah, there's a house over there that I can see. It's unclaimed, that's fine. Let's grab some wood. So yeah, one of the most important aspects you're going to come across as a new player is the ability to find land, claim it as your own, and then from that point on, only you and your friends, people you specifically tell the server, will be allowed to build on that particular patch of land. So here I think is a particularly good area. We have a sunflower biome over there, requires a dusk spawn at dawn and dusk, so we should have a shot at that. And here we have celebi, and I think there's something else as well, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So let's grab some wood, then I'll show you how to claim. Deep ocean biome, that might actually be us. Already. If it is us, we're kinda stuck, because all I have is Pokeballs and it's a Nuzlocke. I wonder. Nope, there's a shelter. There are obviously other people playing online at the same time, so probably one of those guys, but I'm not seeing anything. And I don't have Poke Radar installed to actually show me where this is as well. That was recently allowed on the server. I think a Scyther would be a good addition, but it's level 15. This really is a nice little area. It's half sunflower plains, half forest. Okay, so this is where the golden shovel comes in. So the idea is that when you start, you have a certain amount of claim books. As you can see by my tool prompt down there, it says I have 130. Not a massive amount, but it does grow as you play. And let's claim. Is this too big? No, this seems like a small enough area. Let's see if we can make it. Yeah. I mean, we can make it a tiny bit bigger. I think that's the maximum. But yeah, this is our claim now. So I'm gonna make a crafting bench. As you can see, you do get the achievements come up. I'm gonna put that here. And also I need to set home. So all players will have one home each until they get to the higher ranks, of course. So what I will do is it's set home, and we will call this base. So now if I do home base, it will teleport me back to this area. And as I say, only I can do things with this particular patch of land, and I do plan on expanding it as we actually get into the series a little bit more. So as you can see, Unlinked_YouTube, that is us, and no one can touch anything in this square. So now that we've got an area, I'm going to create a couple of chests, dump some stuff, and then we will go back to spawn with the intention of grinding on the start of the very next episode. So let's put this stuff here. Yeah, we can get to some sort of inventory management system when we actually get into the game a little bit more. But okay. Yeah, I'm really a bit in love with this area at the minute. It's a shame someone seems to have messed up the beach, but I can always fill that in and repair it. Let's take a quick look around the area, see if there's anything I've missed, like any Pokeloots, which are random. All of them are one-time use. You'll find Pokeballs, Ultra Balls, and Master Balls. You see, someone definitely has been here before. And you'll also find the hidden Pokeloots as well. This really is a mess, it's a shame. It must have needed sand or something. Oh well. Let's take a quick look, see if I missed anything. We've got a happy little bobbing sunkern over there, way too high in level for me. But let's stick down that. There is a level 6 Marrow, probably knows the water moves, so I don't really want to risk it. Okay, so let's quickly head back to spawn, which is /spawn. And ta-da, we're straight back in the spawn building with handy access to the spawners. So even though we don't have access to the convenience commands, we should find that it's a fairly fair way of doing this. And finally, a quick congratulations. We have selected 3 random winners for our random shiny contest. You'll be able to, as I say, receive a random shiny of the server of your choosing. Just contact a head moderator in game and you'll be able to have that sent to you. So congratulations to AppleCrumble123, Thrak_Gaussian, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Peta MLG_AK. Thanks for tuning in, folks, and we'll see you on the next episode.